Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful women out there. Beautiful, precious ladies. I am here tonight, really excited to be here again. And it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on. But I've been working on some things and it's it's just a lot of things to work on. And so I just wanted to come on and I wanted to share some things with you. So first of all, I want to welcome welcome you, beautiful, precious ladies. And so, one of the things that has really been on my heart and my mind to talk about is the way others view us. So, we're going to go ahead and just get right into the information. So, this is something that is difficult for me to do at times, and I'm working on it, where we are worried. I worry about how others view me. And I think, it stems from wanting to do the right thing, wanting to be a good student, wanting to be a good daughter, wanting to be a good mother, wanting to be a good wife, and so on. And so, one of the ways, and these are just kind of things that are coming to my mind at the moment. I have some notes written down, but I'm also just kind of thinking and pulling things out of some downloads that are coming to me, and I feel like God just gives these downloads to me. And so at this moment, what I'm thinking is the way others view us is one of the ways that we can look at ourselves, right? We can see, oh, okay, so they think I'm a nice person. They think I'm a good person. They think I am a generous person. They think that I am a kind person, or maybe that person doesn't really think I'm such a great person. Whatever the case may be, these are just things that are coming to my mind at the moment. And those things are important because we do want others to view us in a good light. I would imagine that you would all agree with me on that. What I would like to do, though, as women, is to gear ourselves toward looking inside of ourselves, and really taking the moment and the time to see who we are for ourselves, and looking through the lenses of our own eyes, not looking through the lenses of other eyes, or how others view us. So the way I would like to do this is to point out that I think there's a fine balance when we are seeing ourselves through other people's eyes. For example, a teacher, a professor, our boss, our supervisor. Those are important people to kind of give us that guidance, right? And that's just coming to me at the moment. That's not in my notes. However, I what I really want to gear this information towards tonight is that we really start to look into who we are as a woman through the lenses of our own eyes. And so some of the things that I did write down in my notes, some of the questions that I wrote down that I feel that are important, but I also feel that we can utilize to do this, to turn into our own sights of ourselves, would be to think about, who are you really? Who are you? You could be a mother, you could be a daughter, a wife, a sister, a cousin, an aunt. Maybe you don't have children, maybe you do have children, maybe you're a student, maybe you are, you're a boss or a supervisor yourself, maybe you have your own business, your own company. And that's wonderful, that's great. So who are you? That's the first question. That's one of the things I really want to point out, is who are you? The second one is, what have you done, or what have you accomplished? And so this look to for the community of women that I like to see and view as examples in my life. women who have done more than I have and have accomplished more than I have, I feel like this helps me to gauge who I am and what I have done or have not done yet. So, question number 2, what have you done or what have you accomplished? Like, what makes you feel good? And, our job isn't everything. It doesn't have to be just our job or just our work that gives us that satisfaction to say, I have accomplished this. I have done this. Like the saying goes, you're being, let's say, a teacher is not all there is to you. There's more to you than just being a teacher, right? Than just being, I'm trying to think of another job. What other job could I think of? Maybe a supervisor at I don't know, like I can't think of the word, but like a chain of large stores, let's say. I can't think of the word I want to say, but so that's not exactly what all defines us, right? As a woman, we're defined by so many other things, and so that's the second question. What have you done or have you accomplished? Outside of even just your job, it doesn't have to be your work or your job or your career. It could be something more because there is so much more to us as women. And another question that I really like is what can you do? So this had to take some self reflection for me because in my line of work, I've always done this one particular thing. And I've done it for so many years. And I love what I do. And I love that I do it. It's just that it's not just that I can do. And so through my career of who I've been for so many years, I actually have been able to do other things like stacking my skills. So, what I mean by skill stacking is that, yes, I have been this particular person and I've been in this career field for many years, decades even, just over 2 decades, but I've also stacked some other skills in there too. And so I have figured that I have learned about myself and figured out that I can do other things. I can make jewelry, I can make, different products like skincare products, and not extensive. There's nothing extensive about it. But should I ever want to do something like that, I could. I could really look into going further with doing some things like that for skincare and even body care, like our skin on our bodies and stuff like that. And so it's just been fun little projects and fun little things that I've done along the way that I have learned about myself that I didn't even know that I would really be able to do or could do because I had never done them before. And so another question. So that's question number 3. So now question number 4, what are you good at? What are some of the things you're good at? So I actually had brunch with some friends yesterday on Monday. Yes, there were several of us. There were about 10 or 11 of us. And so it was just such a beautiful thing. We do this like once a month on Mondays. So it's our little brunch group. And sometimes some of our male friends are there and sometimes they're not. And it might be 1 or 2 male friends that are having brunch with us. But mostly it's us women. And so I don't know this new group of women as much as I know in other groups of women that I've been around for years. This is a whole new set of friends that I've just gained that I've really been learning a lot from and been excited to be around. And so one of them was asking another one, the person who owns the home, the person whose home we were in, she asked her for a product to wash some of the food, the vegetables that we were going to have with our meal. And so they were interacting about that. And then I was just kind of trying to listen, like this one does this way and this one does this another way. And then I thought, well, I do it another way, right? And so we can compare notes and just really like just try to learn from each other is what I like to do. I really love to learn from other of my sister women, that aren't my actual fleshly sisters, but they're other women in my environment and in my life. I really enjoy learning from them, and I feel like it's not just a one way to do things, right? It's not just what I say or how I want to do it. It's other ways. There are other ways. And so we can expand our mind and open ourselves up to other ideas and other thoughts and other ways of doing things. And so that was question number 4. So now question number 5. Actually, there's no question number 5. If there is, I'll let you know. But what I wanted to say is that we are women that have many things that make us valuable, right? We have many things in our lives that make us who we are and help us to become who we are becoming as the time goes on, as our time goes on, and as our lives start to unfold more and more and more, and we learn more and more, and we do more and more. And so I just really felt that this was such important information for me to share, because we don't always see ourselves as that valuable person. We don't always see ourselves as a person that has more to her than what others might think or what others might even see in us. And I feel like it's important for us as women to see ourselves differently and to see ourselves with a much more valuable person than what others might even think. And as time goes on, more and more information will be coming out, and you will understand why this particular video has this information and why I'm even saying these words. And so I will be sharing them more and more on my channel and in my community, so that you will understand where this is all going and where it's all coming from, where it has stemmed from in the past. And so I feel like it's important to surround ourselves as women. It's easily done to where we can isolate ourselves. And I'm saying that because anything that I share with you, you've seen me before and have heard that anything I share, it's because it's experienced personally. And so the things that I share are things that I have gone through, things that I have done, things that I am doing, things that I am learning, and things that I want to share with you. And so it has been difficult for me to have a community of women that I want to be close to. And I tend to be more on the side of, I'm going to isolate. I'm going to what they call self-isolate. And so I remember taking the test on personality. I'm sure a lot of you know the name. It's got a name. I don't know if I can mention it on YouTube, but it does have a name. And so I did take this test years ago and found out I was a this, and this. And then now, as the years have gone by, I think it's been a little over 10 years that have gone by. Yeah, I want to say it's been a little over 10 years. I was talking to a friend of mine who actually was one of the ones who helped me take the test and encouraged me to take the test. And I was glad she did. But I was talking to her recently, and I said, I don't really think that I'm that anymore. Like, I used to be this, and this. But I think that over the last few years, I've actually changed. So I'm not the extroverted kind of person that I thought I was so many years. I thought I was an outgoing, extroverted person that wants to be out and is recharged by being around others and, being active and doing certain things, whatever they might be. But I have since learned, and it's only been, I think, in the last, I will say, since my status changed from being a married person to a now single person, a single woman, I actually have found myself being more introverted, and I like that. I feel more comfortable. I feel like I get more accomplished. I feel like I learn more on my own. And I do love my friends. I love my community of friends and women that I kind of pull into my life and into my space when when I feel like it, but I also really love the quiet time and the peace and the time that I have alone. And so I think it's really important to sort of kind of give ourselves like a little bit of a, I don't want to say benchmark, but like find our place. Like, am I this or am I this kind of a woman? What am I? What is it that really sparks me and makes me light up? And so I feel like a lot of times my time alone is really precious to me and really important to me. And then I have the the bandwidth, so to speak, to be able to be around my friends and to be able to enjoy their company, laugh, and share things and ideas with, and also extract from them thoughts and ideas and things that they can teach me, skills and just different things like that. And so I feel like it's been so pleasurable to be on this journey. So many of you have seen my videos in the last, it's been a year now, October, I think. It's been a whole year now that I have been doing videos. And so it's been a journey because there's been a lot of things happening and unfolding. And to be quite honest, I didn't know that I could even go on YouTube, and I didn't want to, and I didn't even know. I know that I've shared the story in the very beginnings of my videos, is that I didn't even know I had a YouTube channel. And so it was just interesting because there it was. Because I was asking God, like, how do I, when my brother suggested it to another member in our family, I just thought, the person told me. And so I thought, oh, well, yeah, you should do that, and then they said, no, you should do it. And so I thought, how am I going to do it? I would never do that. And then here I am on YouTube and sharing my ideas and sharing my thoughts and sharing some of my vulnerabilities, some of the things that I've gone through and some of the things that I've seen and some of the things that I've been a part of. And so it's been very pleasurable. I feel excited and I feel happy and I feel like there's so much to share, ladies. There are so many things about my life that I want to share. And so having a community with you women is just so important to me. And it feels so good to know that there are women out there that are listening and that there are women out there who really want to learn and not learn in the sense that you don't, how can I say this? I feel like we're always learning and we're always, I don't know if I want to use the word evolving, but we're always unfolding different things in different parts and different layers of ourselves and of our lives, right? And so we're always learning something new. We're always learning. In fact, I have a very close friend that we were just conversing today, as it was just hours before I came on the video onto the channel here to do this video. And so we were talking about growth, and we were talking about how different things that we learn affect us all differently, and just different things like that about growth and things. And so I'm just a very big promoter of learning more than just what we know, and then just kind of sitting on that and not growing more as a woman. And so I really feel strongly about taking our learning to another level. And even as difficult as it was for me to become part of a community that I would not have done even say a year ago. I have my friends, yes, I do. However, I love my alone time too. My status today is different, and so my alone time is just very precious and it's very powerful for me because I feel empowered when I'm alone, because I feel like I can learn and grow and extract things from information that I'm taking in. And it makes me, I feel like, a stronger person and a better person and a person that can share more easily in other areas of my life. And so I've really had such pleasurable moments in in learning and reading and note taking. And I've shared, I have my notes. I also have things that I'm working on. And so, it's a lot. It's just a lot of things. And so I love growing. I love learning. I love expanding my thinking, my mind. And I want to share it with you as a woman because sometimes we don't see ourselves as a being that can do more. I in the past used to see myself as, oh, I'm just a daughter, a sister, and a wife and a mother. That's all I am. But then of course afterward I became, I started a career and I became, you know, uh, I went on a career path. And so I was that. So then I was a daughter, a sister, a mother, a wife, wife, mother, wife first, then a mother, and then now I had my career. And so, but now that has even unfolded even more in my life as the years have gone by. And so I've been very excited, very happy, and I'm working on different projects. I have to say that on this journey of learning and making myself a better person the way I want to see myself has actually taken me through some things that I wanted to do last year, and I started to struggle. I started to struggle because I had my career and then I had this and then I wanted to do this and then I wanted to start this and then I wanted to start this and then this and then this and then this. And then I thought, why is nothing functioning? Why is nothing working out? And so I really had to sit with that, and it's taken me about 6 or 7 months. So that was last year, a year ago. It was in October of 2024 when I really started trying this, and this. And I thought, what is happening? Nothing is unfolding. Nothing is working out. And so really what ends up happening is that the way I see it is that when you surrender yourself to God, He shows you. So I know that God showed me what it was that was happening for me, not to me, for me, but I couldn't see it in that moment. I couldn't see it in that moment of time. And so I was angry, I was sad, I was frustrated, I was hurt. I was like, I'm trying so many things. What am I supposed to do? And so I'm going to try something else. And that's what I've been working on. And so really what happens is and this is just from personal experience, what ends up happening is you have to stop. You have to stop everything. And it's just very interesting because you stop everything. So you stop doing this one thing and then this other thing. You just like completely set them aside. And then when I started the other project, then I set that aside. Then I started the other project, set that aside. And then I had another project and I set them aside. And I thought, but then what does that mean? Because then I have nothing, right? I said, okay, well then I have my career. I have my job that I've been doing for 20 plus years. Okay. Well, ladies, very interesting on that note. So April of 2025 comes around and I have set other things aside up to this time frame. And then we have been told as a how can I say it, like in groups of people, the entity that I was working for pulled us in groups by groups and gave us the announcement that our jobs were on the line. And I thought, okay, well, this is really interesting because I just set all these projects aside, set all these things aside, to give them a rest because nothing was working out. And I'm being super vulnerable with you right now at this moment because those things were so difficult for me. And then I get this news. And I thought, I don't, okay, God, what is it that you want me to do? I don't know what you're telling me because this is the last straw. Like, what else is there to do? What else is there to set aside? He always gives us the roadmap. God gives us the blueprint. And so it really helped me to pull my strength and my power and my energy back to myself, to start seeing myself through the lenses of my own eyes. But I thought, okay, I've taken away all these projects that I was working on, and now my job is on the line? Well, I just couldn't understand. So then the time goes on for a little while longer, and then the finalization is told at the end of May of 2025. That's it. You don't have a job, and neither do you, and you. What is happening? So that was very difficult. However, as a woman, we can look at things for ourselves as in a panic. What am I going to do? What do I do next? Like, we could be frazzled and panicked, or we can take it in stride and say, okay, breathe again, take another deep breath, and just really start to look at ourselves inward. Start to look inward. Start to look at ourselves through the lenses of our own eyes, and try to start to unfold things for ourselves in a different way. And so I really took a lot of time with God and really asked, what is it that I want? What is it that you want me to do? What is it that you want me to do next? And where it was kind of one of those things where you're almost speechless. What is the next step? I don't know what you want me to do. So to begin with, it was just nothing. It was just nothing. I believe it's 2 Chronicles 2017. Stand still is what the words say. Stand still. Take your position and stand still. That's all you have to do. Take your position and stand still. This was a very eye-opening thing for me because I thought, I've been doing this for almost 25 years. And now this entity is telling me, no, we're not renewing contracts at this time. So, ladies, what I want to just say is that we can take it as a frazzled moment and be really panicked. And I saw so many of my colleagues from April 16th to May, the 3rd, 4th week of May, frazzled, panicked, nervous, scared, stressed, and just really moving, going, calling, emailing, checking, interviewing. And I just sat back and I saw these goings on, and I thought, I'm just not taking that route right now. That's not what I want to do. And so, of course, there were other people that were asking me, what are you doing? How are you managing? And it was like this frazzled, stressed moments in time. And I thought, this girl is going to just stand back. I'm going to stand back and stand still. I'm taking a position and I'm just staying. And I'm not talking about a position as in a job. I'm talking about taking my position and just standing still. And that's what I did. And I breathed myself through it. I breathed. I took my breaths, and continued to work, because we had to continue to work till the very end of May. We had to work till the very last day of May, or the next to the last day of May. And you really have to find some inner strength, because you're thinking, okay, this entity, which is my bosses, my supervisors, my higher ups, are letting me go, letting up 10 more people go, and yet we still have to maintain a calm appearance when we come into the workplace. Excuse me. How do you do that? Well, again, lots of time with God, lots and lots and lots of time with God, lots of personal, peaceful time with God to be able to tell you what He wants you to do, and just really listen. That's another thing, is we have to really, really listen to what He is telling you, what He's telling me. Because the old me, the normal person from the past, would have been doing exactly like the other colleagues, searching, looking, calling, moving, interviewing, just really panicked and frazzled. And I just didn't want to move my energy like that anymore. And I think I've talked about that in other videos too. My energy is just an energy now that is more calm and more rested and more present. And that's what I love. I love my energy today, because I don't need to feel frazzled. And I don't want anyone to move me to feel frazzled. I don't want anyone to move me to feel like I have to move, like I have to do certain things so that I can keep up with the rest of the group. Because there were several of us. There were so many of us that were struggling and taking this information really. It was very difficult. I have to be honest. And you really have to sit back and think, what am I going to do next? Because I really don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't know. I've been doing this for so long. What am I supposed to do now? So really, it does take a toll, but it doesn't have to affect us in the way that it could. And so seeing the self through the lens of our own eyes has been such a beautiful thing for me. I cherish it so much. I find it so precious, and I want to be able to share that with you women, you precious, beautiful ladies out there that are having good times, stressful times, hard times. We live in a time frame of life and a decade and a century of very difficult times. So many difficult things going on in the world, but there are also good things going on, and we can draw strength from that, and we can put ourselves into something so good and so valuable, because we are valuable as a woman and as a person. We are valuable. We are precious, beautiful women, and our value is so much more because God tells us that. God says that we're so valuable, and even His Son, Jesus Christ, He knows how valuable we are. They both see us as a very valuable person and human. And so I wanted to share those thoughts with you today. And there's so much more that I want to share, and I will continue to share, because this journey for me has really been, it's been very interesting, and I have learned so much. I have really learned so much. I feel like it's nothing that you would think you would experience beforehand. And when you're experiencing when you were experiencing, I cannot say that, experiencing, thank you, the matters, and walking through this journey that I have been walking on. It's interesting. It's scary. It's frightening at moments and time, but it's also beautiful. It's also precious, and it also gets to show you who you really are. And so I want to share my experiences, and I want to share what I've learned with you ladies. And I want to share that peaceful, calm feeling with you as much as I can. So, beautiful, precious ladies, beautiful women out there, I hope that this information has helped you in some small way. Be patient with yourselves, whatever you do. Calm your nervous system down by staying calm, by staying present in the moment, by slowing down. I've talked about this in other videos. Slowing down and just really being with yourself, just really getting to know who you are as the person that is sitting right here. And, you know, when I'm doing my videos, sometimes I look around and I'm looking outside. I have windows here, windows there. And so I like to look around because I look at the trees when I'm talking to you, and I can see the trees moving and flowing. When it's a breezy, windy day like today, and the temperatures are starting to drop where I live. But those things help me to stay more present. They help me to stay right in the moment with you and help me to feel present and feel myself sinking into the moment. So I wanted to share that with you as well, because you will see me looking around, and it's not that I'm distracted or that sometimes I can't remember what I'm going to say, or sometimes I'm trying to look at my questions or things on my notes. But one of the things that I just really like to do is I really like to just take a second and just look at what's around me. And I'm so thankful. And, I have, of course, my plants that also bring me so much joy that I've talked about in other videos as well. But ladies, I send you love, send you blessings, and may you be blessed by God. And anything you want to know, any questions, anything that you'd like for me to cover as I unfold my channel more and more and get more and more comfortable sharing different thoughts and ideas, please put them in a chat and send me messages. I'm very happy and excited to hear from different individuals, and I'm again very thankful. I will mention again, we always have, of course, United States, there's Canada, Mexico, sometimes Spain is on, the UK is generally on, did I say Canada? And so I've seen Venezuela, and I have seen, I'm trying to think who else. I've mentioned the countries before. And so I just when I think of them, and when I see my new analytics in this video, I will see who else has logged on as well to listen to the information and to see my videos. And so thank you so much. I'm really grateful, and I'm really thankful that my channel has reached as many women as it has. And I'm just very happy to be able to be here with you this evening on a Tuesday evening when the temperatures are dropping outside and it's very chilly. So thank you for your time, and may you be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.